Alright, these are games that I played this year. Now, I can't remember every single game that I've played this year. I think I've played more than this, but it's a little bit here and there of each game, not play it all the way through and beat it. But I'm Auckland. If you enjoy my content, please hit the subscribe button, like button also. Share with your friends if you don't mind. Also, please comment, ask me a question, or comment in general. I'll do my best to answer them. Also, if you don't mind, hit the notification bell down below, and you will be notified when I go live or upload another video. And if you want to become a fan of me, Auckland, then subscribe to the channel, and you will become a fan of me. Alright, you can see some of my Switch games in the background and my Blu-rays underneath down there below them. But, let's see. Alright, this is a little bit better right here. Alright, now, I'll start off with the PS4 games that I did play back when I had that TV before I had to get rid of it. And ever since then, I haven't really been playing PS4 games. I've been playing more of Nintendo Switch games than anything else. But lately, I haven't really been playing hardly no games at all. But, alright, let's get started. I can keep on rambling. Alright, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Fantastic game. Awesome. Highly recommended. But you also need to play the first two games in this trilogy. The first two games is Tomb Raider Definitive Edition or just Tomb Raider. It came out on the PlayStation 3, PS4, Xbox One, and all that. Same goes for its sequel, which was Rise of the Tomb Raider. I have the 20 years celebration edition or something like that for PS4. And then the third game, which is the final installment in the trilogy, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Awesome games. They really rebooted Tomb Raider. It's so much better now. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the classic games, but the gameplay mechanics were very, very stiff. There's nothing wrong with that, but more of a modernized Tomb Raider game where you actually control the character fully and all that. It's just so much better. I highly recommend the trilogy. It's so good. Next is Devil May Cry 5, which is now out on PlayStation 5 as well, which will be the better version to play, or even on the Xbox Series X or something like that. But fantastic series. It started out on the PlayStation 2. And then they did the fourth installment on the PlayStation 3, and I think even the Xbox 360 possibly. And then years later, they finally came out with the fifth installment, and it's just so fantastic. I would not be surprised. Hopefully, we'll get a sixth game as well. Next is Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition on PS4. It's PlayStation 4 exclusive, but you can also play this on PS5. And a sequel is on the way. It's an open world game. It's not really Breath of the Wild, but you can do a lot of stuff in it. It's open world also. But highly recommend it. PlayStation, it's got some fantastic exclusives. So does Xbox also. But Horizon is a beautiful, gorgeous looking game. Set in the future, you're dealing with robots, dinosaurs, you're fighting them off, you're collecting parts off of them, and all that stuff. Is just a beautiful game. Next is a game that gets some hate, but the first two games get more praise than the third one. That is Darksiders 3. Pretty much Darksiders is taking the four horsemen of the apocalypse and putting it like a fictional spin and added some extra elements to it. It's a action adventure, so you can control the character and all that. I really enjoyed the games. The third game, what I've played of it is fantastic. Really loved it. I got to play some more as soon as I can. Next is the Resident Evil 2 remake, and there is a third one out as well, but I don't have it yet. I played a little bit of the original Resident Evil 2 game, but not too much, but the mechanics are very, very stiff, and the remake is so much better. Awesome horror game. And then Medieval. I hope we get a Medieval 2 remake someday. I'm not sure how well this sold, but this is a classic game that was originally on the original PlayStation. It's an action adventure. He plays a skeleton. He comes back from the dead because he once was alive. He wasn't always a skeleton. So, highly recommend games like that, especially those classic games that they bring back. Next is all the Switch games that I can remember that I have played. I don't want to take too much on this video. Burnout Paradise Remastered. This came out, I believe, on PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, PS4, and Xbox One, but it finally came to Switch. I haven't played too much of it, so I can't really tell you, but I know it's adored and loved by fans. Next is Pokemon Sword and Shield. I dropped one of them, why not? I have the double pack. I got the box in my closet that these both came in. It's the brand new generation of Pokemon games. They get some hate because the National Dex was not included, but they did add some old classic and also other types of Pokemon into the game with the expansion pass. The Isle of Armor was part 1 and the Crown Tundra was part 2 for the expansion pass. I love the Pokemon games. I really do. It's just so much fun. Next is a remake. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, and also they came out with Let's Go Eevee. Don't have it right now, but I do plan to get it. That one, you had to use a Pokeball Plus, which reacts like a controller, and you don't really throw it at the screen, but you have it like connected to your wrist like a Wii remote controller that you used to do with those. And you know, like you do that to catch the Pokemon, and it plays like Pokemon Go. But I enjoyed it. The third installment of a series, Luigi's Mansion 3. I need to finish beating this. It's a spin-off of Super Mario Brothers. You play as Luigi, Mario's brother, and he's in a haunted mansion, and he's sucking up ghosts like a Ghostbuster. And highly recommend it, especially if you're a fan of Ghostbusters and you're a fan of Mario, and you want a combination of both in one, and that's it. Because it was Luigi's Mansion, which was on the GameCube, and then Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, and they brought back the original Luigi Mansion and Luigi's Mansion 2 on the 3DS, and they brought the first one on 3DS as well, and the third one's on Switch. Super Mario Odyssey, cannot go wrong with that. Awesome 3D platforming Mario game. So also goes for Super Mario 3D All-Stars, which is Super Mario 64, Sunshine and Galaxy. And the Super Mario 64 was originally on the Super Nintendo. N64, and Super Mario Sunshine was on the GameCube, and Galaxy was on the Wii. All packaged together on the Switch, but it's a limited time only. Because once March 31st, 2021 gets here, that's it. The game is going to be gone. That sucks really bad that they did that, but yep. Captain Toad, Treasure Tracker, awesome puzzle game. It's a spin-off of Mario. Toad does not jump around. You have to walk and land on top of people. So it's very, very different. Heavy on puzzles, but it's really good. New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe, which is a Wii U port on Switch. It's a classic Super Mario Brothers side-scrolling game. Awesome Trilogy, Spyro Reignited Trilogy, which is also available on PS4 and Xbox One. And of course you got the originals on the original PlayStation. These are those games back. And this is on the Switch. Handheld, fantastic to play the Spyro games on Switch. Same goes for Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. It's on PS4, Xbox One as well, but I got the Switch version, and the original games was on PlayStation, and were brought back in Insane Trilogy Remaster. Roman Rumble in Las Vegas. I can't say the rest of the title, but it's a action-adventure game. You play as these characters set in the Viking area. I'll say it right in a minute. But it's an awesome 3D platforming game. Untitled Goose Game is an indie title. Now, you would think this wouldn't be any fun, but it actually is. The graphics are, they're kind of like paint. It's not very good graphics, but it's very fun. He plays as a goose. He goes around and messing with people, taking people's stuff, and it's really fun. Highly recommend it. Bad Goose. Next is Welcome. Well, it says Welcome to, but it's actually Animal Crossing New Horizons. This game is on a lot of people's list to play during this year because of what was going on this year. Fantastic game, and it's getting a lot of free updates throughout the year and so forth for years to come. Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD. The original was on Wii. This is the better version of it, and also Sonic's in the game as well. You play as a monkey and you're inside of a ball and you're rolling around puzzles. Next is Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy. I haven't played too much about it, but it's an action-adventure game. Next also is SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated, which was originally on the PS2, and I think the GameCube, and maybe something else as well. But this would be the better version of it to play. I think it's also on PS4 and Xbox One as well. Action-adventure, love those types of games. Adventure Time, Pirates of the... I can't say the rest of the title. It plays like a classic Final Fantasy style game. I mean, it's alright. It's got some action-adventure type stuff in it, but it's just not for me too much. D-Blob 1 and 2, originally on the Wii. I haven't played too much about it. It's kind of like an action-adventure game, but you deal with bringing color back to the world. Gaina Sisters Twisted Dreams Ultimate Edition. It's a side scroller, very fun. I got some more. Dragons Dawn of New Riders. It plays like a classic Zelda game set in the world of How to Train Your Dragon. Ice Age Scratch Nutty Adventure. It's an action-adventure game. You play as Scrat from Ice Age. I mean, it's alright, but the GameCube version's better. This game right here was an Xbox One exclusive, but then it came to Switch, and now it's also out on PS4 as well. New Super Lucky's Tale, and the original title was a VR title. It was called Super Lucky's Tale. It's an action-adventure. A Hat in Time, this is the only way you can get a physical copy, originally on PC, and now it's out on everything, I think, pretty much. But it's the only way you can get a physical copy, action-adventure, and it's an indie title. Same goes for, Airy and The Secret of the Seasons. It's very, very glitchy, but it's been patched. I haven't played it since it's been patched, but it's an action-adventure. You can control the you can control the seasons with some powers, and it's pretty cool. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, cannot go wrong with this. Mentioned it earlier. It's an open world Zelda game, fantastic. A sequel is coming, hopefully next year. Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition is a hack and slash. You fight off hordes of enemies. Grip, it's a racing game where the car can flip upside down and still keep going. It's pretty good. Darksiders 1 and 2 for Switch. The first one is War Mastered, and the second one is War Mastered, and the second one is Definitive Edition. And our action-adventure games. Awesome side scroller. Streets of Rage 4. The original games came out on the Genesis, and then they had collections. They had a collection for PS3 as well called the Sega Genesis Collection, and all three of the games were added. This is a sequel to it. Brand new title. Shaq Fu: A Legend Reborn was a side scroller, and the original game was a fighter like Mortal Kombat. Very interesting game. Unravel 2, awesome side scroller. Originally was on, I think it came out on Xbox. I think it was also on PS4. I'm not sure where it came out first, but Switch got it. You play as a character named Yarny. He's made out of yarn. Little Nightmares 2 Complete Edition on Switch is also out on other platforms as well, PS4, Xbox One, and a sequel is coming. Max, The Curse of Brotherhood is another interesting side-scroller. And there's tons more other games. I took some notes. I can't find them right now, but there's tons more other games. I just can't think of anything else right now, but these are the games that I've played this year that I can remember about. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the video. Alright, thanks so much. Alright, bye.